Okay, now here we go. Okay, now let's up to the points. Oh, angle is not clear. Well, Salam Habibi, how are you? I hope you are fine. It's me, Michael Asidaruddin Santa. I am here with you. As a title, you can see that we are roasting Almas Jacob in the topic of Imam Mahdi and Dajjal. And now, we are now talking about a video of Almas Jacob. There, in the video, in previous time, we have roasted, but some points are now we can see that missing. Now we have to talk it, and if in the live we are missing the same points, we can roast it again the live too. Well, but now as we can see, Almas Jacob can in the topic we can say the Almas Jacob said that Imam Mahdi would start a peace deal with a Jewish community. That means Imam Mahdi would start a peace deal with Jewish person on the Israel. On the other hand, the Antichrist would on the other hand, the Antichrist would have a peace deal with an enemy of the Jewish person like Jewish community like Iran, Palestine, Bangladesh, Pakistan, etc. Well, and what would be the Imam Mahdi peace deal? I would like to talk with you, and in the previous live I wanted to talk about this, but somehow in the points my network internet has been lacking. Otherwise, we can say that we have my internet speed has been slow that we cannot contains the internet live streaming. But now, well, in the point of Imam Mahdi and Dajjal, I can speak Hindi and perhaps I can speak Bengali. But the perception topic is Iranian Islamic regime. So let's check it. It is perhaps a religious geopolitical life. Hence, still my life would be in the category of news and politics. Now here I can say with it. But now, okay. Here I am talking to say, okay, I was busy to edit my new videos on the Islamic channel, but as a point, here was a new three news videos of Almas Jacob, but in the here was it three new videos in the points but there would be the different thinking. But now I would like to talk about it.
नेशंस के साथ
Okay.
के साथ इसको खुद यहूदी लेके
Uh,
जाकर अहद बांध रहा है
okay. Here we can say we can miss with that. Well.
हम दानियल नबी की किताब में हमें साफ साफ बताता है दानियल नबी ने जो 70 हफ्तों की रोया देखी थी उसमें जो आखिरी हफ्ता है एक हफ्ते के अंदर 7 दिन होते हैं यानी कि उसको 7 साल दिए गए 7 साल के लिए वो अहद बांधेगा किन के साथ यहूदियों के साथ जी नहीं एंड ही विल कन्फर्म
now
उसने यहूदियों के साथ अहद बांधना है नहीं है जो कोई भी उसकी प्रस्तिश करने से इनकार करेगा उसका कत्ल किया जाएगा आगे जी पॉइंट 7 ईयर रूल यानी कि वो 7 साल के लिए हुकूमत करेगा महदी भी और एंटी क्राइस्ट भी जो है वो 7 साल उसको दिए गए हैं हुकूमत करने के लिए तो जनाब ये 7 साल का जो रूल महदी करेगा वो कैसे करेगा महदी ने जाकर यरूशलेम के ऊपर कब्जा करना है तलवार से और उसके साथ एक बड़ा लश्कर होगा और वो बड़ा लश्कर
Did you hear it? Well, Imam Mahdi would fight, conquer Israel with a sword. Almas Jacob just said it is written in Islamic scripture. Now let's say it.
कई मुस्लिम ममालिक में से होने वाला है जिसका मतलब ये है कि महदी ने एक कौम के ऊपर चढ़ाई करनी है यानी कि इसराइल के ऊपर चढ़ाई करनी है और उसने पीस ट्रीटी किसके साथ बांधनी है उसने अमन का अहद किसके साथ बांधना है उसने यहूदियों के साथ अहद बांधना है क्योंकि यहूदियों ही के मुल्क के ऊपर यानी कि इसराइल के ऊपर उन्होंने कब्जा करना है तो अपनो
Okay. Well, okay. Now, before I tell you the Antichrist points, well, has the points as you can see. Well, now you can have points. Well, Imam Mahdi, Almas Jacob said that in this video, Imam Mahdi said that he would attack Imam Mahdi would conquer on Israel and Imam Mahdi would contain a combined of every of all Islamic country military force. Well, that means when Imam Mahdi would conquer Israel, Imam Mahdi can have a military force of Iran, a military force of Palestine, a military force of Yemen, well, and military force of Lebanese, military force of Pakistan, and the military force of Bangladesh, a military force of Somalia, and military force of Sudan. But now, okay, but now here we can say it was happened already, and now we can and perhaps every of our Islamic world called herself as an Imam Mahdi, directly or indirectly. But how? Here is my points. Well, okay. Well, I would like to have a set. Well, Well, what is my research paper? My research paper is being math apps. Being maths. Well, let's up being maths. Well, okay. We have different points in my disturbance. Okay. Well, everybody, you could know, hear that. Perhaps you cannot hear that. But now, what would I do? Well, it is a default country. Well, and now here we can say he is Israel and she is Palestinian terrorist territory. Well, this is Jordan, and Jordan is a Muslim country. Well, where is Lebanon? This is Lebanon. This is Syria, and this is Baghdad. This is Iran. This is Turkey. This is Egypt, Libya, and Algeria. Morocco and Mauritania, and Sudan and Somalia. Okay, here is another Muslim country like Pakistan and Bangladesh. Well, Malaysia, Indonesia. When okay, but now you can see the more things. We can have the points. Well, Israeli war after independence. Well, Israeli wars after independence. Okay. List of war involved. Here is the list of war involving Israel. And now, here is the chair. Well, 1948 Arab-Israeli war. And okay. Now here is the table. At one point was only Israel. There was a Druze military alliance. Well, it would like Israeli, and who was their enemy? Let's add that the enemy of Israel is Arab Higher Committee, like an Islam Palestinian committees and Arab League. Well, there are two Palestinian terrorists. Well, they call themselves Holy War Army and Al-Najaliya. Well, Egypt, all Palestine Protestants, transgender. Oh, let me see who was the countries. Well, country was Palestine, Egypt, Syria, Iraq, Lebanon, Saudi Arabia, and Yemen. Well, mandatory Palestine. Well, after 26, it is mandatory Palestine. Okay. Suez Canal, Sinnar War. Uh, Here is Israel and the England and France are combined. It was happened in 1956, and the opponent was Egypt. Well, now perhaps I have to take a list of presidents and of Egypt. Well, and now we can have a considers. Well, now let me see who is the president of Egypt in 1956. Okay, as a Republic of Egypt 1953 to 1953, the person was with political party and military liberation rallies, and he took office on June 18, 1953, and left office, president office on November 14, 1954. Okay, as resigned. But now in 1956, who was the person? Okay, Gamal Abdel Nasser. It was Gamal Abdel Nasser. Well, he was elected in 1956. He left office in February 22, 1958. His time as president office is 1 year 244 days. And now let's check the points. Sinai War, as also known as Suez Crisis. There was a Israeli alliance of Israel, England, and France. Well, and the opposite person was Egypt. Well, who was the president of Egypt then? Gamal Abdel Nasser. Well, as we can see, okay, as we can see, Gamal Abdel Nasser known herself as an Imam Mahdi because, well, as you know that Gamal Abdel Nasser known herself as an Imam Mahdi because she stayed against Israel. Well, she fight against Israel while Israel has a three alliance, the alliance, three countries alliance. Well, the other two countries is England and France. Well, the president of England was Queen Elizabeth II, you know. That means, as you can see, accordance with United Nations Security Council, in the topic of Israel as the Sinnar War 1956, Almas ensured that Queen Elizabeth is now an antichrist, and Gamal Abdel Nasser is considered as an Imam Mahdi. But Imam Mahdi failed and Dajjal win. Okay, let's see the points. Well, second list of war. It is the Six-Day War in 1967. Well, Lebanon was minor involved. Okay. Well, here is Israeli commanders and Israeli losses. Well, okay. Here is Six-Day War in 1957. Israel fight the war alone. Okay. While the opposite, the enemy alliance, who is the enemy alliance? The enemy alliance was with the country of Egypt, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, and as a minor involvement, Lebanon. Okay, as you can see, this times Levi Eshkol and Itzhak Rabin, both of them as known as we consider as a Antichrist or Dajjal, because accordance with Islam, Imam Mahdi is from either from Egypt or from Syria or from Jordan or from Iraq, and Limchas of Lebanon. Okay, as now let me see who is the president of Egypt in 19. Who is the president of Egypt is 1956? Well, in United Arab Republics, as we can say, the United Arab Republic was sovereign state as the Middle East from 1958 to 1971. It is just a political union of Egypt and Syria. Gamal Abdel Nasser and is elected in 1958 and 1965. Well, she left office of president. That means the crown of president of Egypt in September 28, 1970. That means the calendar 1 year before the calendar of the Bangladesh Liberation War. Gamal Abdel Nasser left presidency of Egypt. Okay, and what about Anwar Sadat? Well, Anwar Sadat perhaps not involved in Anwar Sadat perhaps not involved in the war. Okay, let me see who is yeah, we have a technical problems. Technical problems was just a front problem. List of president of Syria. Well, okay. Now, President of Syria since 1961. Okay, here we can have a Wikipedia. Well, okay, here is 1958. It is useless. Well, Syria 1961 to present. Okay. Well, now we can see 19 what happened in 1966 to 1978. Okay. Well, the president of Syria is Nureddin al-Atashi is the president of Syria. Well, he took he is president from February 25, 1966 to November 18, 1917. Well, here we can know the Nureddin al-Atashi and Gamal Abdel Nasser. Okay, now let me see about the Jordans. Okay, the list of monarchy of Jordan. Okay, now here we can see and now list of president of Iraq. Well, now who is the king of Jordan? Yeah, we can have a list. Well, Hussein was the president of. Okay, Hussein was king of Jordan from August 11, 1952 to February 7, 1999. Okay. And now here is the list of president of Iraq. And now we can see who was the president of Iraq. Well. Abdul Rahman Atif was president of Iraq from April 16, 1966 to July 17, 1968. Okay. And now here we can see Abdullah Rahman Arif considered herself as an Imam Mahdi. Well, Hussein called herself as an Imam Mahdi. Well, Nuruddin al-Atashi called herself as Imam Mahdi. And Gamal Abdel Nasser called herself as Imam Mahdi. Because there was a 6-day war between Israel and the alliance of Egypt, Syria, Jordan and Iraq. Well, but now, okay, Israel occupied a total of 70,000 kilometers square. Well, the territory is Golden Height. Uh, from Syria, the West Bank, including the East Jerusalem from Jordan, the Gaza Strip and Sinai Peninsula from Egypt. Okay. Well, here is a crystal victory. The war of attributions. Here was between the points. Israel. Well, in the points we can say Israel as an antichrist, as Almas Jacob claimed. In the war of attribution, the Israel is considered as an Israel is considered as an antichrist. On the other hand, the enemy country of Israel is in the war as Egypt, Soviet Union, Kuwait, Palestinian terrorists, Jordan, Syria, and Cuba. Okay. Now we can see that it was an inconsistent, but we can see that communist Russia was Imam Mahdi in the war of attributions. Okay. Now here is clear victory. Yom Kippur War. Okay. Who was the president? Prime Minister. Prime Minister was Golda Meir. Okay. Now. Well, Yom Kippur War, 1973. Israel expenditure for Israel was fighting against Egypt and Syria. Here was the points in 1973. The enemy of Israel was Saudi Arabia, Algeria, Jordan, Libya, Iraq, Kuwait, Tunisia, Morocco, Cuba, and North Korea. Well, as we can see that Saudi Arabia is considered as the official Imam Mahdi, but unofficially King Jong-un was an unofficial Imam Mahdi. Real Imam Mahdi and official Imam Mahdi is Saudi Arabia. Okay. But still here was Saudi Arabia lost, Israel won. Well, okay, 1970 South Lebanon conflict. Okay, here South Lebanon armies and Israel as a joint operation against Palestinian terrorists. Okay, Palestinian terrorists. Well, in there we can say that Yasser Arafat was a Imam Mahdi and Dajjal is an Israeli. And who was the original Dajjal? The original Dajjal is an Israeli Major General Ezer Weizmann. But here Dajjal won, Imam Mahdi lost. Okay. 1982 Lebanon War. Perhaps Israel strategically lost. Well, here here the Dajjal force is Antichrist Lebanese force, South Lebanese army. Perhaps the Antichrist was Israel. Well, in there, Imam Mahdi is a Palestinian terrorist. Okay, and well, and South Lebanon in conflict. Here we can see the Antichrist is Israeli force. Uh, is Antichrist, and the well, here Imam Mahdi is Hezbollah. Well, Hezbollah has victories. Well, Israel lost. Israel has been defeated, we can say. But first in Tifredels, 1978 to 1993, well, Israel win. Okay. But in here we can see the Imam Mahdi force is Al Qaeda Al Mujahideen's Liberation of Palestine, Fatah, Hamas, Popular Front, well, Democratic Front of the Liberation, well, the Palestinian terrorists and Hamas combinations. But Israel won, Imam Mahdi lose. Well, in there, we can say that Yasir Arafat was Imam Mahdi. A second infiltrates, well, Palestinian terrorist is Imam Mahdi, and Antichrist is Israel won. Well, Dajjal won, Imam Mahdi lose. Okay. Now here is the Gaza war, first Gaza war, 2008 to 2009. Palestinian terrorist was Imam Mahdi. Israeli Mossad agent was Antichrist, but Dajjal won. Imam Mahdi lose. Okay. Second is that was a ceasefire. Well, here is third. Israel-Palestine crisis. Well, Israel won, Palestine lost. That means Dajjal won, Imam Mahdi lose. Okay, now here we can see. And now here is the points. Well, and now in 1989, Iran is considered as an herself as an Imam Mahdi. But before 1989, Egypt and Saudi Arab as official Imam Mahdi. And that time unofficially Russia and well, North Korea is the on-field Imam Mahdi. But in every time Israel won, that means Dajjal won, and Imam Mahdi lose. Okay. But now, well, Almas, according with Islamic resource, Almas Jacob still believe that Imam Mahdi would come on, well, Dajjal. Almas Jacob still believe that Imam Mahdi would come and conquer Israel with the sword and force. While now, here we can see social media points. Okay. But now we can have a points. Uh, Perhaps we have to change our well, just a moment. Okay. Well, social media is not reloading. Uh, I can search evolution of weapon from ancient era to 5000 AD. Okay. But perhaps here was a claimed my reward is 11,589 from Microsoft Bing. It is an honor from the Microsoft Bings. Okay. Good. Okay. Well, the auto redeem is not set up, and to this my point is well, let me redeem at myself. Was okay. Now here we say it start with equal. Okay. And now perhaps it's just 3 times I mean rest times for me. Okay. I would like to donate $11. Okay. But now I can. Okay. Now let me add the points. Well, I broke my relax time, and now, well, I am not promoting any weapons. I'm not promoting any weapons. I just share knowledge about weapons. Okay. Well, weapon as international encyclopedia from 5000 before Christ to 2000 AD. Well, as a review, as a points. Okay. Well, in 5000 before Christ, here was a weapon Now weapon has come. Uh, well, here was it was the weapon, while Almas Jacob claimed it was the weapon. Okay. While Almas Jacob believed that Imam Mahdi would come with the weapons and conquer which country? Conquer Israel. Okay. But now, we can see that here was the points. Okay. Well, and now we can see the history of weapon in Wikipedia. But now here I have came. Here we can see just I have to correct my keyboard. Okay. And now we can see where's the points. The point says vector evolution. The first point is MC Bandita, but it is not necessary. Weapon in history. Study from 2000 BC to 5000. Okay. Now here we can come to know. I don't know it is the points. I don't know. Evolution of okay. The toilet and we have the ones. It is the knife. Okay. You can see here would be the copyright form. In 40,000 BC, before just 40,000 years before Jesus Christ, it was the weapons. 23,000 years before Jesus Christ, it was the weapon, that is boomerang. It was a weapon in 20,000 years from Jesus Christ, and it was the weapon of 5,000 years before Jesus Christ. It was called dagger. You can call it as sword. Okay. And is it a Greek fair 674? Okay. It is Ballistia 500 years before Jesus Christ. But still, Almas Jacob believe. Okay, Almas Jacob believe in Islamic mythology. Imam Mahdi would return and conquer Israel with a weapon as a sword. While in 5,000 years before Jesus Christ, we can have to know that it was well, pagan have invented ballistia. Well, for the arrow system, it was just like an AK-47. Someone expert says that in the arrow times, it was just like a AK-47s. Because it was a system, it was a first system that there is actually a rifle systems with an arrow era. We can have a rifle systems. It was 5,000 years before Jesus Christ, but still the particular persons of Alma Jacob believe that Jesus Christ, well, the particular Muslims believe that Imam Mahdi would come and join with Jesus Christ and conquer Israel with the sword. While sword was 5,000, the weapon of 5,000 eras before Jesus Christ. Well, we can say that Almas Jacob is still backdated. Technically, we can see that Almas Jacob is still backdated. Now, okay, here is the backdated job. Well, now here we can see that another rifle system of arrow era, bow arrow era. This is crossbow. It is just like a AK-47, right? It is just like a AK-47 in the arrows era. Well, in the arrow system, 2000 year era before 2 century before Jesus Christ, we can technically say that we are above the points of Jesus Christ, point of Imam Mahdi's. Well, Almas Jacob says that Imam Mahdi would conquer Israel with a sword, that means talwar, like talwar in English. The meaning of sword in Urdu is talwar. Well, sword is the weapon of 5,000 years prior before Jesus Christ and 2 centuries before Jesus Christ. Well, we can have a crossbow, and technically in bow era we can have rifles or guns. But still, Almas Jacob believes in source, and we can see that how much Almas Jacob is in Islamic knowledge and Christian knowledge. You can see how much backdated Almas Jacob is. And now here we can say here is a Greek fire in 674. It is the era of Islamic Umayyad Khilafat. Well, in the Islamic Umayyad Khilafat, well, we can see a Greek fire. Well, it is a nice technology, and we can say, well, it has the principle of missile stations, missile principles, and fire as bullets. And technically, it was an ancient time of missiles projections. We can see in 674. That means it was the Umayyad Khilafat period when we can see the Greek fire like a rifle system or missile projection, ancient missile projection systems. I mean the cannon systems. But still, Almas Jacob believed that Imam Mahdi would came on with us and conquer Israel with a sword, while in Umayyad Khilafat, Islamic army has a Greek fire like a World War, Greek fire like a rifles. Okay, but well, longbow. Well, now we can say, okay. Well, in 1368, here was a first handgun, guns, matchlock in 1368. Well, now, in the calendar of 2025, Almas Jacob still believes that Imam Mahdi would came to conquer Israel with a sword, while in 1368, matchlock guns has been invented in England. It was just like a gun. It was an ancient type of pistol or revolver, what like that. Well, pistol revolver system has been introduced in 1368, but Almas Jacob believed in a calendar 2025 that Imam Mahdi would come to conquer Israel with a sword. Well, now we can say that Almas Jacob is too backdated as we can see. Okay. And now here would be the copyright systems. Okay. Well, uh, evolution from knife to Glock. Okay. Well, we can see evolution from knife. Well, and now in 1982. Okay. Well, okay. Now you can say that well, in Glock 17, in 1982, Glock 17 has been introduced. Okay. Emblem of Glock. Well, amazing history of Glock. Well, now here as we can say, here is a nice history. Well, in 13th century, hand cannon has been invented. Well, in 15th century, matchcock pistol has been invented. Okay. In 17th century, flintlock pistol has been invented. Well, and okay, well, we can now say in 1970 Palashi War in 1970, 1757 Palashi War we can talk. Here one side person was the leader of Bengal Sube Bengali army is Nawab Siajuddaulah, and from East India Company army was led by Lord Robert Clive. Well, Nawab Siajuddaulah still used the sword as a weapon, while Lord Robert Clive has conquered the entire Bengal Empire with his only one flintlock pistol. It is not even a Glock and neither even a AK-47. It was only a pistol Glock. And nowadays, you can see none of pistol clock can be proper use for today, and it cannot scare us. It would like just a funny. And now here we can see in 1891, here was we can see first semi-auto pistol was invented. Well, 1895 we can say this Nagant M1 895 revolver has been invented. Well, It is in 1898, Luger pistol has been invented, and now in 1899, Wilson revolver has been invented. But now, well, in 1912, first fully automatic pistol has been invented by Steel Reptaler. Okay, and here we can see in 1933 T-33 pistol has been invented. Okay, in 1948 Makarov pistol has been invented. In 1970 Hitler's pistol has been invented. In 1935 Browning high power pistol has been invented. Okay, but okay, well, in 1981 Glock has been invented. In 1975 CJ75 has been invented. Now we are using Beretta 1902. It is invented in 1975. Okay. And now let me have a option to have a speak Bangla. দুই মিনিট পরে কথা খাচ্ছি। Okay. Now let's back to our points, international points. Well, in 1983, SIS or P226 has been invented. Okay. In 2000, MP443 GRAC has been invented. In 1998, FN57 has been invented, and now, well, we are using Glock 43X, invented in 2015. Well, we are using Roger Mark IV, invented in 2016. Okay. We are using a smart Glock invented in 2019. Well, okay, you can see the points. We can use logo alien, invented is 2019. Okay, now you can see how logo alien work. Logo alien pistol. Well, logo alien pistols. Okay, it was like that. It is used very difficult. Well, and now you can see. Let's have a first playback. Okay. Oh my Adonai. Here we can see. You can see how it works. Well, now in the military profession, we cannot live in knife. We have to live in Lago Arms Alien pistol, But what Almas Jacob believed? Almas Jacob believed that she would Imam Mahdi would conquer Israel with the sword. And here is we have to appreciate the illiteracy of Alma Jacob in the religious educations. But how could we do? Well, now here is our breakfast time. I would back on 1 hour later. See you then. Khuda Hafiz.